the day. It is Wednesday, June 25th. Yesterday, we had an amazing election that gave us results. Thank God. We finally have someone that has an opportunity to be a part of our new political revolution, and that's Zoran Mandani. He won the primary for the mayoral Democratic primary, beat Cuomo. I would like to think that the messages I sent out had a little bit to do with it. I'm pretty sure that most women and people in general are tired of having predators in any form of industry, and I'm glad that you all voted not to have that predator as our mayor. We are now looking forward to the Republican opponent, and I believe Zoran Mamdani is going to make it with the help of Lander, Michael Blake, and others. Definitely, the Democratic Party needs to come together. And on my last interview with Charles Johnson, I did want to say, dude, straight up, I think we should have a third or fourth party as well. We really need more than two parties, but I'm very happy about Zoran Mamdani. We are definitely about to make it where we're going to have new blood in the political system. So today, I'm with two lovely ladies, Sam and Marjorie Forbes-Mendez. They are with Just a Woman. And I just want to say I'm so happy to have them both on. And they are an amazing group of women I met at MJ Unpacked, correct? In Atlantic City. Right. Marjorie, from a young age, channeled her experiences with sexual abuse into a lifelong vow to help others see light at the end of the tunnel. She dedicated her early career to supporting women and children affected by sexual abuse and human trafficking. Today, Marjorie sits on the WICE and NJC3 boards, advocating on behalf of women at both the state and national levels for cannabis reform. With over a decade of experience in the industry, she is devoted to creating a sense of community over competition, showcasing what women can offer while leaving the world a better place than they found it. That's Marjorie's lovely story. Sam's story, she was a WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
She's in the heavy metal, hard rock. No, but she was raised in New York City. Sam started out a legacy market at a very young age, as most of us did. Determined to break the mold and carve her own path, she pursued work in union sheet metal and as a private bodyguard, see, I knew it, fields where women were often overlooked. Her passion for cannabis, both medicinally and recreationally, led her to collaborate with her wife, Marjorie, where she spent the last 5 years helping to build Just a Woman Cannabis. Sam's own journey fuels her drive to fight for inclusivity and representation in the industry. Ladies, how are you doing?
We're good. We're excited to be on.
Yeah. I think I'm so happy. You know what's so weird, people? Check this out. So we were going to have an interview last week, and they up here thinking they're going to have an interview on the way to a funeral. My condolences.
Yeah.
My deepest condolences. I was like, yo, we need to reschedule that. Y'all need to focus. And I'm glad we were able to do it, and get the word out there about you. Let's discuss what is Just a Woman? Tell us who you are.
It's all of us, right? Yeah. I mean, sometimes we hear like guys go, well, can I smoke it? Absolutely, you can. It's not that. Just a Woman the name came about because every time I would go to a meeting or they were waiting to have someone, they weren't sure, they didn't do their due diligence and check and a bunch of men sitting around a table waiting to learn about cannabis, and I'd walk in and they'd ask me to get coffee or take notes. And then when I would tell them I was here to run the meeting and teach them about cultivation and naturopathic medicine and all the medicinal properties of cannabis, they go, "You're just a woman. You can't do anything." So thus the name is now here.
A lot of problems is with my European. First off, I've been making it clear to everybody, there's no such thing as white or black. We're not Crayola crayons. They're European Americans, and we happen to be indigenous people here or raised here. And if you're third generation or more, you're indigenous. So get it right. First off, that's a problem in our in the cannabis industry. People forget it was midterm. What is it? Midterm wives.
Yeah.
Midterm wives and nurses that started the cannabis industry. Women, not men.
And the gays. Don't forget about the gays. HIV.
Right. Yeah. So that's right. With HIV, that's right.
And everything.
That's right. So what they need to understand, what the problem is that they don't understand the culture, you see, and the community that's behind it, and it's predominantly women.
Oh yeah.
And it's not, just look into your history. I mean, they want to erase so much of our history, no matter who it is, of color, indigenous, women, whatever it is. They want to write their own script, and they can't. So they just will be ignorant and blind to it, and it's a shame.
Right. And I think that your generation is going to make this happen. All right. You all have the information now. You have the internet. You have all this stuff in front of you. It's not like when I was growing up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when you really had to go fucking research.
That is my era. I'm your age.
I look up everything online. Everything.
What year were you born? I was born in 64.
I'm 74.
Oh, you see, so all right, yeah. You were there. You were there
Don't
first.
ask her.
No, but I mean, like, we definitely are older and wiser, and we are aging beautifully.
Absolutely, but we did the work. We navigated. We did the hard pavement work. We actually put it in. Not.
How do we expect to learn? We also need individuals that are going to teach us.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your advocacy with the trafficking and the because that to me is really one of my things that I'm really shocked about and what's going on in the world.
It's unfortunate. It is part of history, especially for women, but in children. I don't hide who I am and what has happened to me as a child. So pretty much I always say I didn't have a childhood. I had to grow up at the age of 4. So unfortunately, at the age of 4, my mother thought it would be fun to, make money through her daughter, kind of. So, and my stepfather was the head of that and took care of that and made sure that I was passed around and taken care of and looked pretty and, tended to very young till the age of 13. Age of 13, I was able to get away. And I mean, the story is just very hard and tragic, but I did it. And I have myself to thank for that. I always say that the strength comes within, and people don't always feel that way. And when I was young, I had saved up some money and decided to start Circle of Trees Retreat, which was a spiritual retreat center that helped women and children get away from those situations. But it was also a mentorship, because I was not saying, here, I'm going to hold your hand and do it. I'm going to be here and I'll lift you up, but you're going to learn that it's right here inside. And instead of general therapies or things that they did when they just put us in a loony bin and say, oh, I hope you do okay and hope you don't commit suicide or become a drug addict, I found other modalities throughout the world with different religions that were not your basic Christian religions, and found solace within Buddhism and, Native American religions and all these different pagan religions. And I did my research and studied with different shamans and monks around the world to find ways to show us to be strong enough within. And we were very successful for 15 years and did a lot of advocacy to help these women and children get off the streets, get well, and get jobs, clothing, food, whatever they needed. But it wasn't exactly a handout. They had to work for it, and there was an energy exchange.
And how can people, for example, get help to
the right help? Yeah,
the right help. How can they get the right help? I mean,
when the thing is, if you go to social services, it generally doesn't. Most of the time, you need to find your local church, or even a wellness studio usually knows as well. There's a lot of, like, we call it the Underground Railroad.
Right.
There are a lot of safe havens for women and children to know that, we have the signal that people can do now as well. You're out and you do the hand signal to get help. But I found the police stations were never my help. Anytime I went, you could never get it. But social services have the right homes and the right shelters that will work with you. Every state has that advocacy line. But if not, I would always tell people to go to more of a Methodist Presbyterian church. Catholic churches were never my friend either. And I've tried them all. But I found out that when I went anywhere that was paganism, wellness studio, because I would go to places and say, would you be a safe haven? Or the women's shelters that are smaller, they were the ones that truly did the work. They were the ones that were really, really doing the work. So I say, since you're so broad reached, New York has a lot of great shelters. So does Jersey, Pennsylvania. And there's people like me that people can reach out to even on our website. And then I put them in the right place, in the right hands. Because like I said, we do a private Underground Railroad. We do that also in cannabis, like we do for people who have cancer, who need RSO. So there's a lot of us, because certain government channels, their hands are tied, and it's unfortunate.
Right. So we have to take the lead ourselves. I mean, there are times.
Yeah, it was difficult when I did it. I had people come to me at gunpoint. People tried to shut me down. It was like a Lifetime movie that I survived with my 2 children on the mountain, because we were remote.
Right. Oh, you were remote. Where?
I was in the Pocono Mountains. I had 325 acres with a massive retreat center that had 180 beds, and then I had 4 cabins with that as well.
Right.
So we were about 5 miles from town.
Is it still operational?
It is not, due to that Lifetime movie story. Right. I did win my case. I won against all the local Republican politicians who tried to shut me down because they abused their wives and didn't want me to out them. Right. And their children. And I outed people, and I survived. And I survived with a shotgun with 2 little children on a mountain, all on my own.
Wow. How old are your kids now?
They are 26 and 19.
Okay. Congratulations. They got a great mom, man. That's very powerful. And for you to have survived, because I can't fathom it. I got 2 daughters. Mm-hmm. And I remember one time my oldest, who was about 5, was sitting on a man's lap at a family's party. Yeah. And I wasn't having that, and the family didn't understand that, but they knew who I was after that event. Okay, because
you have to change the mindset of what's okay, or like when children say, "I don't want to hug so and so, I don't know them, why do I have to hug them?"
Listen to them.
No, listen to your children. Do what is comfortable. Nobody should be forced for any unwanted touch or conversations.
Right.
They can their energy knows. They feel. It's like, how I always say, if your dog doesn't like somebody, there's a reason, right?
Yeah, right. And my kids knew that. I have a 27 and an 18. She's graduating.
Oh, okay, so you're in the same realm as me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and she's like, she says, the one thing I appreciate about you, Dad, is that you're a demon when it comes to our safe space. I don't play. So,
no, it shouldn't be.
That's why I can't fathom what you went through. But it also shows the resilience, the drive of you surviving such a trauma and are able to raise 2 children and bring them to be good adults. I mean, what do you tell people who are struggling? How are they going to survive that? Because for me, I'm going on a fucking death. I'm killing them. I'm sorry.
No. I'm going to tell you that it's not easy, and I am very real about it. When people ask my story, I did have a gun in my hand, and I was going to shoot the man that was passing me around and doing all the things that were horrible from 4 to 13. And I went to shoot him because I had enough. I didn't want this anymore. I was going like crazy. And my mother stepped in the way. The mother, even though she was not a good mom, stepped in the way and said, please do not, I love him, and got down on her knees and cried. And if I had tried, I would have killed my mother. So I did not. And I ended up passing out and ending up in a hospital. And that's how I got the start of my freedom.
Well, I was, and I don't want to.
You're fine. I am very healed and very good. No. I say it because it can be done. And I wasn't a drug addict. I wasn't an alcoholic. I had to find it within. I believe a higher power gave me like that script, and I was the healer that took on the bad things so someone else would not. And that's what I've learned from the Buddhist monks that I hosted, that I took on that horrible, heinous thing so some other soul that wasn't ready for it could live a full life. And that's how I put it in my head. And that I was strong enough within, and I was here to help others, to show them the strength that they have to survive anything, no matter what your age is.
Well, I would like to think that you got some justice in some way, and I don't want to delve into all of that.
It's all good.
But I mean, it's just, for me, honestly, in my family, those people wouldn't be alive. So because children and senior citizens are the most right, and we got to protect them. That's what shows the sign of a good society, how they treat their children and the elderly.
You bond together as a community, and you help one another depending on where you're at in your stage of life. You're going to help someone, and someone else is going to help you in return. It's an exchange.
So with Sam, I already know she's the protector. She is someone that. How did you connect with Marjorie? How did you two?
See?
I love the story.
I don't always love. No, I love.
She doesn't always love it, but I love it. She actually hired me to do one of the build outs to one of the dispensaries she was consulting for. Yeah, and then after that job was done, we started dating, and then we teamed up, we partnered up, and we started working together and building up all these other businesses. And now we're here building up our own brand.
All right. And now I want you to talk about your brand. What is your brand about, and what are your products and services that you're offering?
Well, we are the first organic botanicals that are on the market right now.
Mm-hmm. So, and LGBTQ.
Yep.
And multicultural. See, she dropped it all. There goes the money. Oops. What we do is we take organic petals, and you saw them at MJ Unpacked.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
Those are lotuses.
These are lotus petals.
Can you see?
And we have rose petals.
Mm-hmm.
And we do also.
Where's this one? The multi.
Then we also do one that's the rainbow. That's new, coming out in about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's lotus, roses, banana leaves, and red roses.
Different experience each tier that you smoke.
Tier you go through, you have it changes with the terpenes, changes the experience. So depending on what we offer, everything has a COA on the wrap, let alone the biomass that's in it, so that we can give a fully organic botanical experience, which is not on the market. When you get regular papers, and we use them too, we do, there's heavy metals and chemicals and pesticides in them. So raw is the most organic that's on the market, and we love dry. But there's a lot of other papers that are not, or they're hemp derived, but they still have heavy metals because of how they're made in the factory. We have a farm in India that also has a tie-in story. Mm-hmm. It's one of the first women-owned farms, because women don't own land in India. And her husband put it in her and her daughter's name. And they employ 300 women who don't want to be married off or be a dowry. And they work in the factory and make these for us organically, and farm and create these petals for us with honey and hemp paste. And we use glass tips in them. So everything's recyclable, but we're also helping women in another country as well, so that they don't have to be on the street. They don't have to be trafficked. And of course they have to be of legal age, but at the same time, these moms don't have to do heinous things with their children.
Right. Have you been out to this factory? Have you seen it at all?
We haven't had a chance to. We Zoom. We do see them live, and we go, and everybody waves and says hi, and they're really sweet women. And we are planning on it. We think next year will be more feasible with things that are going on in the world and that sort of thing. We did not go this year, but we plan on it next year.
Where is it located again? You said where?
It's on the outskirts of New Delhi.
New Delhi. Okay. In India. Okay. Yeah. Have you ever seen their cooking videos? The street videos?
Oh, yes.
You ever see the one called Doo-Doo TV? I'm giving him a shout out. Oh my God. There's this guy. He's like, and the next episode on Doo-Doo TV. and you see all of the street vendors, and it's hilarious. But watching them, you definitely get a sense of, once you finish watching them, you're going to the toilet, because it's like, oh my God, it's every food violation imaginable.
Oh no, I've seen,
right. Oh my God. So, but so be careful what you eat out there. But other than that, it's a beautiful country. And that, how do you feel about the current situation in New Jersey? Because you're in Jersey, right?
Yeah, we're in Jersey currently. Yes.
So how do you feel about? And you're also an ancillary business because you don't touch the plant, correct?
No, we do.
You do touch the plant.
Yeah.
You do have.
We make everything. We have exclusive strains that are just to us. We are with Hamilton Farms, if you've heard of them.
No, go for it.
They are the number one flower out here in Jersey.
Hamilton Farms, number one cultivator.
Yep.
Right.
So they do exclusive strains that we help with. I also cultivated for Justice Grown for a very long time.
Oh, wow.
And we also have some undergroundness as well, which we can say here. But at the same time, I've had legal, medicinal, recreational background, and then, the street version. But Hamilton Farms has been very good. They're a great team. They're amazing people. And Kunal and his team are just fabulous. And they really think of the community, and they're not at that point, what I would say is the suit corporate greed. They are small, but yet they're mighty. They have the number one flower in New Jersey. They've won the last awards, even from MJ Impact, where you were at. They stole the show.
At the Kanakuk.
Excellent.
So we love their biomass. We love what they offer. And pheno hunting with Eric is great. And Anthony, they all just love what they do, have passion behind it. And you truly see it in the product that they create. And they truly think about us as a brand there as well, that we came in and they were like, sure, you can make your petals. Sure, you can do this yourself. And then they just charge us a small percentage to be there. And it really gives someone who is smaller in this industry to feel big and mighty, and that it really is truly our brand and that we have a say. Whereas some people get these MSO contracts, and it's not that they don't, they can fit for some people, but then they hold you hostage and they own it. And you don't, and you created it, and they just have you as the face going, hi.
Yeah, no. We're not.
But you know what I mean.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. See, that's the problem. That's in New York, is these performative and predatory practices.
Correct.
The contracts that people were totally forced to sign.
We've had a couple of our friends get screwed over.
Right.
And then they won't even let them release. They won't let them do anything. Take the money. They're not paying them. Not about that.
Right.
These people are just like, you just need a house, and we're the shell. And then you guys go from there. And you do all the work, and I take a little money for having you under my roof. I'm like,
right. That's really nice. I do want to get out there and visit them. You want to set up a tour? We go out there and we do a podcast.
Yeah, come tour. It's stunning.
So let's do it. Let's do it in August. July. August. I'd love to do it and get out there and talk to you about that. So your products, I can't wait to try. I know you gave me one. It was delicious. I did get the lotus.
Okay, we'll have to get you some cigars.
Also, we're gonna have to get you these cannagars. We're gonna have a 2 gram with a wood tip. And then we're gonna have our 1 gram with the same thing.
Okay.
But the wood tip is different.
Dipped in vanilla and sugar.
We have a Patreon membership now where we're able to review these products. Because we get flagged when we do it on a regular, so we can't do it until they figure it out. But the Patreon memberships allows me to, do these lovely reviews and let people know what's going on. And we're starting that in August. So I got like a shitload of reviews.
All right. So we'll get you some samples.
Yeah. So, but I definitely want to come out and visit Hamilton Farms.
Yep. We're in Millville, New Jersey.
Okay. Millville, New Jersey.
It's a beautiful facility, state of the art, vertical, integrated. They really put their heart and soul into what they're doing. Like, not like any of the other ones that I've either worked for or that I've toured. I just love what they're about, and they truly believe in that plant. And if it's not done, like the MSOs will pull it. Nope, we need it at 8 weeks. And she's not ready. She's a finicky bitch. She's not ready.
Right.
And you know it's not ready at that point, but they pull it anyway, and it's crap, and it's fun. It's just weird. And they're like, nope, if our harvest isn't for 3 months or 4 months, then it isn't. Whatever that strain needs, they make sure it has it.
Excellent. Yeah, we're definitely
quality in our
and we don't put shaker trim in our pre-rolls either. We use only 8 nut.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What's coming up next for Just a Woman Cannabis?
A lot.
Well, we're dropping the rainbow and the rose next for that. We're expanding our line because we started out with just this.
Wow.
And so now we'll have 7 strains. And then they are building out a kitchen and a lab now at Hamilton Farms. So that is newly going to be done. Probably August, September, it'll be done. And then we're planning on going into doing moon kits. So we really want to work with women.
What's a moon kit?
I'm going to tell you. My naturopathic background comes into play. And it's going to be creams. And it's going to be also pre-rolls and infused chocolates. But there's something there, a moon kit, because we call it moon time when you have your period or your menstruation.
Right. Oh,
so anyone over 18 generally has it. But even women who have had hysterectomies or in menopause, we still have estrogen. We still have those highs and lows with our body, just like the moon and the tides. So these products will be a kit. And I'm working on that because people don't have multi items in a kit, and we were the first to do flowers, so I want to be the first to do a kit. And that we're going to have a salve that you can rub for cramps and pain and all of that, but also some aphrodisiacs in there that are going to balance our hormones, so that then also you're feeling good about your body, you're feeling good inside and outside. And that cannabis and that CBD that's in there, that 1-to-1 ratio, is going to make us feel more like a woman, and also feel really great whether you're with somebody else or yourself or whatever. But it's just heightening our experience as a woman to feel better inside and out.
Understood. I know one of the heirloom and Eaton Botanicals focuses on that. Premenstrual and menstrual.
It's so good for that.
Yeah. And I think, first off, the cannabis industry is definitely a health and wellness industry. It's just not about getting high. And it's very important that we have products and services like that, because women need that. And and when they have access to that, their significant partners are happy.
I know. You can say it. It benefits you as well as us. When we have it, you have it.
Exactly.
Right. So what stores are you in right now?
Well, currently we are in about 28 now, 28 stores throughout New Jersey. Thank you. But as of next month, we now will be in 200 stores.
Holy crap. I love to hear that. That's great messaging. I love that.
We went from like 5 miles an hour to 100 miles an hour overnight.
Well, that's what happens.
JM Pack really helped. It really did.
See, that's what happens when you one, it has a lot to do with your hustle, your network, your ideology. The products is good. I was nice all day. I like it when I can, like Green Spectrum has this amazing pre-roll. I literally can smoke one pre-roll and it'll last me the whole day.
Okay.
That's good.
Right? And then I don't have to smoke the whole thing. I literally have to turn it off because my body tells me you've had enough.
Yeah, you listen to your body.
Yeah.
Right. So that's Michael Fertucci, one of my sponsors. But I don't say that because he's my sponsor. It really freaking works. Like, holy cow.
Yeah.
So what what advice do you have for young entrepreneurs as a whole?
Yeah.
Starting out in the cannabis industry, or just starting out in business.
Yeah, right.
It's a journey and if you feel like you want to be in this, you got to really put your heart into this, because it is a tough industry to be in.
Yeah.
It is. Like, my wife has faced a lot of difficulties, and it's very male centered, very male oriented, frat boy like, and suit like.
And this color. I mean, I go after my own skin all the time, saying, do better, be better.
Right.
But I know my people, the Anglos. I am sorry for the Anglo-Saxon people.
Don't be sorry. First off, let me explain something to you right now.
She's white, but she ain't that white.
Let me explain something. No, let's make this clear. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We are humanity. Mm-hmm. We're all connected. The only difference when it comes to skin color is UV rays. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. The ideology, politics, religion, all of that, that's what's causing the problems.
Sure.
Absolutely. Okay. So for me, all are inclusive. As long as you have a great contact of character, or a community team player,
you don't need much.
Yeah.
And respect. We really don't. Respect. So for me, I was at and it happened at MJ Unpacked.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was me and another brother who he owns a distribution and a dispensary in Jersey. I'm not going to name.
That's fine.
And we're around a bunch of white guys. And I told him straight out, y'all can invest all the money you want. But if you don't have the culture and the community, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And you won't have it because you don't live with us. You're not like it was just that
they're out of touch.
I was disrespected at MJ Unpacked. It was not a good a good scene. My wife, she went to one of the events, and I was gonna go upstairs back to the room, but I unfortunately forgot the card key. Typical. Right. So then I went to meet her at the door, and there was a lady that was standing there, making sure the right people were getting in. So staring at me, and the minute I approached my wife, she stepped in front of me and said, excuse me. Like, and I'm like,
you see, the thing about it is that my European brothers and sisters need to learn one thing. Mind your goddamn business.
Thank you.
That's what you kind of said.
I'm from New York. I'm big.
Mind your goddamn business.
And it was all we were doing is giving her a card, and she made it out like she was some thug sneaking.
Right. Yeah, we're not doing that. First off.
And I heard her yell all the way down the hallway, and I'm like, I gotta go. And she's like, no, stay, do what you gotta do. But I didn't want to be there at that point.
Right. So what I do is I create my own. We need to all create our own safe spaces,
absolutely,
our own environments, and let people know we don't tolerate that type of entitlement. First off, Mother Nature, don't give a fuck.
Nope, exactly. We're all worm food.
So don't get it twisted. You're always welcome in my world. To think you're better than or above or whatever. Everyone here is on an even scale.
Everybody eats. That's what I always say. Everybody sits at the table. Y'all eat. Everybody's eating.
Now that person may have more knowledge than me and more whatever, but honestly, when it comes down to it, can you kick my ass?
See, but I don't even say that. I'm being.
First of all, wait a minute. That's my Gen X. That's my Gen X. Right. That's my Gen X and my New Yorker. Right. Because now you testing me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Now you testing me. Right. And I walk away. All right. I've turned down so far, I think $100,000 in sponsorships because they did not align and I'm in need of money.
Yeah,
I get you.
Right, but they're not aligned with my ideology, and I would look horrendous taking money from you. Mm-hmm. So I have my principles and my morals I have to stick to. So you know, you're both are the new leaders of this community.
Oh, no.
No. You got to understand something.
I'm only teasing you.
Yeah, no. Y'all the new leaders because I've, you know, we all need each other.
Yeah.
All right. But, you know, we have to take time to give up the reins and follow those that have a better insight as to take us to the next step. Mm-hmm. So human nature and human society leadership will always change.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you must at least prepare your society to be better leaders. I was speaking with Charles Johnson earlier on the previous podcast. By doing that, we need to create our own educational system.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree.
And we need to start with the kids.
I homeschooled my kids.
Bring back trade classes and home ec and wood shops and all of this.
They need skill.
They need interaction too. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're in the mall not knowing anything.
Is bound. And I think that they still need to have their abuelas teaching stuff and all the grandmas getting together teaching you to cook and to sew. Man or woman, I don't care.
Right.
Everything from my grandmother. You know?
I call it an alternative life academy. That focuses on everyone. I'm a humanist first.
Yep.
I think all people are dicks, pussies, and assholes. All right. And yet, on the opposite spectrum, I have met the most beautiful people across this country. Okay, that want the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. So we have to curb those that think they're better than us. We have to call out the predators. We have to call out the greed. We have to call out all of that and put them on notice. We have to hold our politicians 100% accountable. We have to do a lot of things, even within our home.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
To be accountable for us. Because none of that you're doing right now would be successful if you weren't self-accountable. All right. And your hustle is amazing. I definitely want to invite you all August 15th to the Elevate Innovate as special guest speakers.
Okay.
I'm going to send you that email.
Okay.
Sam, I'm going to just send it to her because y'all don't need double. Okay.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I hate emails.
I knew that already. I knew that.
All that stuff.
Sam is the one that makes sure she is the partner here who makes sure the back end is good.
Nope.
Right.
Well,
and she wait a minute. And she dares you to make her catch a case.
I mean, it's crazy because I am very friendly and nice, but the minute people look at me, they're so intimidating.
I love it.
I'd rather have that. I prefer that.
I'm gonna tell you this how dumb men are, right? Because men we're good with building business, everything, but when it comes to women, I can only speak to straight men about straight men. Okay, so I told a friend of mine I have an interview Thursday or Friday with Miss Kitty, and we're talking about relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all right, women, y'all know y'all rule the world. You just don't know.
Even I know this.
You just don't know, right? But many, if y'all run the world. So I said the average guy has a 3rd grade education when it comes to sex.
Yep.
Y'all are the gatekeepers. Y'all the ones that got master's degrees and shit and doctorates. And here this young lady, this young lady coming up to meet this young guy, and she knows I'm gonna fuck this motherfucker up.
Yep.
All this shit he talking, once I lay that, he's gonna be like,
Yep.
okay. So
she is totally you. She is a
right. I tell men all the time that I've been friends with when, because they come and they complain to me about what's going on in their relationship, and then I say, well, what did you do? Like, what did you do?
We don't have that. You got to train us for that. You do. You got to. We nurture shit that's for us, or if we're great dads, our kids.
Yeah, you got it when it comes to kids.
Right. Yeah. But we still learning how to nurture with a woman that we've been with for 30 years.
Yeah. Yep. Romance.
Yeah. Right.
I get yelled at all the time.
So, but that's okay as long as there's strong fidelity, there's strong trust and transparency. So, I was married for 14 years. We had the fidelity, all that. We just didn't have the plan together, right? Mm-hmm. And then I found out she was 14 years younger than me. About 5 years ago, I found that shit. Let me tell you a story, y'all. So straight up, right? I can tell you this shit now. So my daughter calls me on WhatsApp, and the first thing I see, even through WhatsApp, that envelope looked mighty official, right? It was like either somebody suing you or giving you money.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, what is this? What's going on? She's like, Dad, here's an envelope for my mom. It's from the Haitian consulate. And I said, well, if it's don't open it, wait till your mom gets home. Mm-hmm. She says, no, it's open. I was like, ooh, let's see what's inside. Yo, bust out her birth certificate.
Yeah.
And the year was 1977. And she told me she was born 1970. So when I met her, she was 18 going on 19.
Oh, yeah.
I was 32 going on 33. Yeah. So no wonder her family was looking at me like,
what the hell?
What the hell is going on? Well, come to find out, I said it too on a conference call with some family members that were on. This bitch lied to me, and told me she was doing
you thought she looked good for her age, right?
Oh my God, she still looks amazing. She looks amazing, right? So if I'd have knew then what I knew now, I told her, I said, bitch, we still be married because I'd have put you in your place. You'd have been a better person than what you are today because I would have had you set up. I would have been that husband to you need to go to school. Oh, what? You need to get your nails and hair done. Bitch, go get a job. I got bills to pay. That's how I was. I'm not that provider.
You're not the sugar daddy?
Right, no.
Yeah. That's kind of like us. Like, people are like, who spoils who? And I'm like, we both do.
We both do. We do it together. We do it together. What are you doing? No, we're not doing. Like, some of this shit I be hearing, like, I be like, are you nuts? Young man, you need to kick her to the curb. And you'll save thousands of dollars.
You are
Can I be a stay-at-home style?
No.
Yeah, stay home. Yeah. I spent money on my kids.
Yeah.
I took care of them. But and I took care of her on her birthdays and stuff like that. But I was traditional, like good times, Florida, and
like let's go out.
I told her you should have married a doctor, lawyer, or Indian chief. And even if I was a doctor, lawyer,
I ain't paying for your butt. Yeah,
still not on it. I gotta prepare for our retirement. I got insurance plans to buy.
Exactly.
I've got to prepare. What the fuck you think this is?
Yep.
She was trying.
Right? So that was like, but her thing was I didn't provide enough. Give her enough. But she didn't understand this is a family unit together. This isn't we're not living in 1950s, motherfucker. Our rent was going up every 2 fucking years.
New York.
Yeah. And New York is
crazy.
What
are you talking about? Right.
New York is crazy with the prices.
Right. I mean.
The whole village.
I remember when milk was a fucking $1 a gallon.
Man, I remember when we used to put the tokens in the damn...
in the MTA.
For the MTA, yeah.
And I still jumped.
Same here.
So,
Money still works.
You know, but I do see a positive progression because here are two beautiful women living their lives. I know you're going through the shit still because of the ignorance, but the ignorance is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and you know what I mean? It's closing, and it's going to dissipate. If I said that word right, yeah, it's going to just die out, and it's like you are a representative of what I want my children to grow up to see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now I ain't gay. I don't.
Why not? Come on, we're all a little fluid.
I have a dear friend. Oh, oh, don't get it twisted. I can go there. Don't get it twisted. I will be the bearded lady, and let's get started.
I'm
a lesbian bearded lady. Okay, let's do this. No, but I mean, that's been in my life all the time. It's the LGBTQ, everything like that. To me, it's still divisive.
It is.
I want it. You are a human being that just happens to love other things that are not part of the mainstream.
Right. Yes. But
and I don't care as long as you're not harming yourself and others.
Exactly.
Right. But remember, it used to be the multicultural was still wrong.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to have and now that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look how beautiful our communities are growing. You know, no, trust me. It'll
wash down.
I lived during the Bronx's burning.
Oh, you can. Oh. Yep.
Okay, I know about that.
I know it. Yeah.
I know about
We've come a long way.
Definitely.
So there is progress.
Always. But we also have taken a few steps back recently.
Yeah, we need to work on our souls now.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. And understand that, honestly, we're in charge of this domain.
Have you done ayahuasca?
I did peyote when I was 23, 24.
Because you speak of a man, I would say, that has done it. Because I used to host ayahuasca retreats.
Well, I'm a cosmic child. I was born popping off shit when I was and the adults hated it. They hated it. When I went to church with my mom, she had to stop going because I was like, no, doesn't make that man, Jesus, there were no white people in Palestine. The fuck are you talking about? I was already way ahead of that.
Yeah.
I had fights.
I was like, he's the wrong color.
Christians and people I didn't tolerate. My way of getting out of all that bullshit was, hey, are you a human being with a good content of character? Mm-hmm. We're good. Okay, we're good. I don't have time for all of this. All your books say the same things, but want to fight. You want to fucking tell me? Come to find out, Christianity and all these other religions are from older pagan religions. Come to find out, all of this.
They changed the agenda.
It's all propaganda to control the masses.
I was like, just go within, listen to your gut.
Mm-hmm. There is a higher creator. Yes.
I believe that.
Yes. Guess who it is? It's fucking you.
It's energy.
It's your energy.
Yes.
You're part of that energy. You've manifested.
Your collective energy.
Marjorie, I don't know how many people would have survived the trauma you survived and made it to the point you are in your life. Not many people. I'm telling you, that is a cosmic power. My sister and I know we are lucky. We could have gone through that. By the grace of God, by the grace of ourselves, our manifestations, our God, ourselves through life, we're not supposed to walk that way.
Right.
Be in this company of people, right? So you all are a living embodiment of how to live life, even with the shit you went through. And I'm proud to have you on this podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Both of you.
Anyone can do it. It's not, I always say I'm very humble about it because we have our own journey. I believe that we wrote our own script. Yeah. We're all energy, and this script that we're doing, you chose it. You said, hey, here's what I want my homework to be. And they went, sure, go down and play around and see how you do. See if you get an A, and that's how I got through it myself, and through findings of studying Indigenous people and studying things that were not of the Bible and mainstream religion, and just being out in nature with Mother Earth and going, I trust me. And that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to follow what I believe is right and what I see is right for me. And it so far, it's done all right. Yeah, I've had a few hiccups here and there, and I learned from it. And that's all we can do. And we can't beat ourselves up for the things that we've done wrong, as long as we've learned from them and be better the next morning and the next day and the next minute.
Well, I think personally, on a side note, when we were talking about relationships, just real quick, I think straight men should have polyamorous relationships, no sex, for the first year. No sex for the first year with a lesbian couple.
I like that idea.
Right? Because I have my roommates. They have taught me so much, Fame and Rachel, so much about myself and interacting and being, because I've been predominantly single all my life except for the 14 years. Never lived with a woman, none of that. My ex-wife, that was it.
Oh, wow.
Right? And so I was the straight guy you could bring to any party.
All right. We're going to bring you to a party now.
Right? And then on top of that, too, when we went out, remember how we used to go out and we would all be wallflowers waiting for somebody to whatever?
Yeah.
Who's that motherfucker to grab you all?
I was never the one.
Same
here.
here.
We had fun, right? We would have fun. It's supposed to be. I wasn't a predator. I'm not a predator. I don't do that.
You just want to have fun.
Huh? Yeah, I just have fun. Right.
I used to hang out at the Limelight in my youth. That was my dream. Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot about the Limelight. Holy shit. Yes.
Now I took you back.
Yeah. Oh my God. And the house music was incredible. That's where I got house music from.
Okay.
To me, I really love house music.
I don't know. I'm in a lot of women.
Well, I always went to clubs to dance. I wasn't a drinker. I smoked my weed real quick, and I went to go dance and meet people.
Yeah, same.
So never went to go date or look for a significant. That was stupid.
Oh no, I was looking for one-nighters. I was back then. I'm not gonna lie there.
Same.
I was never that lucky. So I had. I had hung out with groups of friends. I only went out with groups of friends. Mm-hmm. And I just, my mom thought I was gay for years because I never had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or never bought any. I'm like, no, I just seen what you motherfuckers went through and I don't want to use. So I waited. And then come to find out I got with a goddamn teenager. I didn't even know that. But I had a great life experience. I got my kids. And I would never go back. I would not do it over again. I have become the man who I am today because of these experiences.
Right. It makes you who you are, your character.
Yeah.
Her mom had a younger guy. And
listen, I don't know my father. And my mother told me that he lied about his age because he was like 6'2". Hairy as hell. she hopped on it and he was 19. So I was like,
no idea.
Okay. So but how long, like older women? I get it now.
How long has he been with your mom?
Huh?
How long is he still with your mom?
No, he took off. He got her pregnant, and he had another girl in the Bronx pregnant at the same time my mother was pregnant. And then I did my research on him recently, and he's been married and divorced 3 times with multiple kids with those women. And I'm just like, I ain't never gonna meet that man.
I am so thankful that if my daughters ever did a background check on me, they're gonna be like,
"You're good, you're clean, right?"
Dad is boring as fuck.
He's got his podcast.
I'm talking about, but the thing about it is that I had my parties. You see, they weren't documented.
You were down. Oh no, these would have been killing me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I am so glad I'm old.
I've done some embarrassing shit too. But praise Jesus, the pictures were either burnt, lost.
They lost.
It is gone.
I was in the cusp, so.
Did you? But real quick, again, straight men should have a sexless year-long marriage with a polyamorous with lesbian women to learn something. Mm-hmm. And if it works and they love them, stay with them because
why not?
But I think I just want to say this is not the first or the last time you will be back on. we're going to have a lovely group session in the next couple of months as well for my special guests that have joined. I definitely want you all to be at the next Elevate Innovate. That'll be on August 15th at Trends. Tickets will be on Event High. Yep, I think I sent it to you already. If not, I'll send it again.
You resend it.
Yeah, I will. And again, I want to do a special one. If your child is at risk or has been harmed or anyone, please call 1-800-342-3720 to get help, to be seen, to be heard, to make a difference. Definitely to volunteer. I am definitely going to look into sponsoring and helping organizations like this as well. I got to give back even more. That's my spirit, y'all. Mm-hmm. So again, call 1-800-342-3720 if you've really been harmed or need to be heard or need help. We are here for you. You are not alone.
No.
You are not alone.
And I teach self-defense. So if you need me to teach you some moves, I got you.
Oh yeah, I can tell you right now, she probably got 3 moves: kick him in the nuts, and then punch him and pound him on the head. And I can tell too, she don't fuck around. Excuse my language. I had to say that. That required an F-bomb because when I use an expletive, y'all, it's to let you know this is a serious moment. All right, straight up. But again, reach out. Elevate, Innovate will be. And then also we're starting the Canna Farms tour July 23rd. We're heading up to Canna Farms. Tickets are on Event High. If you need help, reach out to me. Go to the ogsocialnetwork.com and link on NYS Canna Farms tour. Join the wait list. We have at least 100, 150 people, and it's growing. We hope to have as many tours as possible, and we are looking for a transportation sponsor because this is very expensive, and I'm trying to keep these tickets as inexpensive as possible. You get a continental breakfast, lunch, a tour. You'll be on a podcast. You'll be part of a small class, and you'll 420 friendly. All of our events, 420 friendly, and you'll be around like-minded people that just want to get out, have a vacation, and a lovely spiritual, holistic day. And also, I just want to tell you all, I again am very proud and very happy to hear that my man, Zoran Mamdani, won last night. Okay.
I wanted him to win too.
Yes.
I was watching you guys too from over here.
Yeah, I am very blessed to be able to endorse him. You know how I feel about politics. I believe we need more than 2 parties, but right now we do have a Democratic and a Republic. And over the years in the history that I've studied, the Democrats may have been assholes, but they do grow. Okay, and they do require everyone pay their taxes, and we need to support them. As you can see, the Republican Party has lost their minds. Even MAGA now is turning on their leader. We don't want a war with Iran. We don't want a war with you. We're not sending our people over there. We're not going to do it. And we want to be back as a world leader of peace and global unity. So midterms, 2026, let's get them out of office, take back the House, and take back the judiciary, get everything back on track. I want to thank you all so much for being with me today. We are probably on the road to greatness when it comes to politics. Thank you so much, Marjorie. Zoran, congratulations. To my sponsors, Proteus, Marjorie, and Sam. Sorry. I'm high. I'm high, y'all. I'm high, y'all. And I took y'all off the stage. The fuck?
Oh, yeah, man.
Hi, y'all. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Definitely. You're coming back on in the next, whenever y'all want to, come back on.
We're just going to come hang out with you.
Next time we got to get together so we can sesh, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I have locations. I have spaces. We could do that.
Okay, the goodies.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining us. We definitely have. I've been having. This is the second great podcast I've had today. I want to thank you all. God bless you for joining us. We're on YouTube, all the social media platforms. Look for us, please. The OG Social Network Podcast. So like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell on YouTube. We need your support. On Patreon, become a member. We have several tiers. We need your help. I can continue to do this by myself, but I need to start paying people. I need your help. All righty. Remember to relax, relate, release. And ladies, hold on. I'll be right with you. God bless you all. Good night or good day. I got to get ready for my third one. God bless you all. I love you. I love you. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.